Hey Capricorns, Island Turtle here. Welcome to BOMISpirit. This is going to be the part one for your monthly intuitive messages. I do these about once every 30 days or so, depending on the flow of energy and my own personal flow of energy. Gotta honor the energy, right? There is a part two over on Patreon, and it can also be found on Vimeo. Links are below for your convenience, okay? Cappies, let's go ahead and get started. Big things were coming in for you, for sure. They were showing me specifically yellow bricks and stack, 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 stack. The slow building of something, the slow coming together of something. Things have been very slowly, very patiently falling into the right spot, it feels like. This could be something you've been trying to cultivate, like a project. This could even be like a family, slowly building those relationships and coming together. Whatever it is that you're co-creating here, it seems like, and it seems again that it's been slow, it's been intentional, it's slowly falling into place, slowly falling into place. Some of you, this is like big picture, like literally your life. Like maybe you've been manifesting a certain vision for the way you want your life to look or certain aspects you want your life to embody, and then it's like piece by piece by piece by piece by piece by piece, the baby step, the baby step, the baby step. Because sometimes things have to happen in the way that they need to happen, not necessarily the way that you think they should happen, right? So that's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. And definitely for some of you, got strong divine masculine energy, like strong came in. And I was like, whoa, what is this? For some of you guys, this actually could be a partner that you are currently with, or someone that could be coming in. And it doesn't have to be partner like romantic, it could even be like partner in business, partner in life, partner in crime, like a bestie. But it just feels, oh god, it just feels, oh. Some of you could be working with this kind of energy in the non-physical, like my mystics know what I'm talking about, but some of you definitely got somebody coming in on the scene, that's for sure. And they keep saying big picture with you, Capricorn, like big picture, big picture, big picture. Looking at the big picture and seeing all of the pieces for what they are and what they need to be was also a huge thing too that just came in. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm actually going to start with the Native Spirit Oracle. That really wanted to come out for you, and I was like, interesting. Okay, okay. We're also going to do the animals today too, but let's kind of get started here, Cappies. Any messages or insights from my Capricorns at this time? You also could be working with a lot of angelic energies. Angelic energies seem to be kind of prevalent in the collective right now. Like, I feel like they've come into like the readings like every other reading or so, and it's like, okay, they're definitely working with a good amount of people these days. Capricorn, Capricorn. I just felt this like almost clog of energy is what it felt like. I feel like it has to do with all the uppers, like the throat, third eye, crown. So we guys got some dense energy around those spots that wants to be moved. Any messages or insights for my Capricorns? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Oh, nice. Vision quest, Capricorn. Remember I was saying big picture, big picture, big picture? Well, vision quest, big picture. Vision quest can also mean like a literal vision quest, like maybe you're doing drum journeying or maybe you're doing some plant medicine ceremonies, you know, something like that. But vision quest is how it sounds, right? It's seeing the big picture and gaining the clarity of where you're at, right? But by that vantage point, okay? Some of you guys, this can also imply some sort of trip or some sort of actual journey that you're going on that's actually going to help you gain a lot of clarity and insight about yourself and where you're at presently. So huge insight and clarity coming in here with Vision Quest. But again, they keep saying big picture. Any other messages or insights for Capricorn? All the decks I use are linked below, by the way. I don't know if I said that. They're down there. Capricorn. Interesting. Ooh, so much going on in this card with Vision Quest. Storyteller. Oh, Cappies. Okay. The many, many roles that people play just came in. So, Vision Quest and Storyteller. Storyteller is a card that comes out when it's time to re examine the story you've written for yourself, and also the role that you're playing and have written for yourself in your own story, and how your own narrative may be hindering you, or how you can change that to expand or open your mind or shift things, right? This is definitely telling me that you're getting a lot of insight on the roles that you play and the roles that other people have played, and how that's affected your story, how you've affected their story. It's a very much a big picture of how are we all connected here, and how have we all influenced each other, and what role have I taken, and what can I do from this vantage point to change the story, to maybe change my role, or maybe even help other people with what needs to shift, right? It's definitely like big picture, big picture stuff going on here. Some of you may feel like you're finally getting a glimpse into the inner workings of things, even on a cosmic level. So maybe this is just as minute as like understanding, like, yeah, how the people in your life have affected you, how you've affected them, and what needs to change there to accommodate the reality you want to have. But no matter which way you cut it, it's understanding how narratives affect us, right? Or has affected you, how you've seen yourself, and the role that you've played, and the role that you can play or want to play, and the changes that need to occur to accommodate those shifts, right? It's a lot of insight here. It's a lot of insight, Cappies. Some of you may actually be realizing too that people around you, or one person in particular, they may project, or maybe you've been experiencing a lot of projection, like people projecting onto you, like their own narrative and their own stories. Yeah, and how that's affected you and the choices you've made. I'm hearing some people just like to spin tails. This is what I just heard. Like weave stories, even if it's like illusions, not real. Ooh, interesting. We have Spirit of Water coming out here, Cappies. Ah, my goodness. And then Spirit Keeper of the North in the overall, with the South underneath. We've got the water, we've got the fire, the sun, the moon, the masculine, feminine, the light, the dark, and that spectrum of energy, right? Underneath that, we have smudging ceremony with clearing. So there's a lot. Oh God, Cappies is a lot. All right. Excuse me. Spirit of Water. Water speaks to cleansing and purifying, but it also speaks to flow and surrender, right? Being in that place of presence so things can flow as they need to, but it also speaks of changes in the ways that I've already described to you. But again, also emotional ties there, clearing that needs to happen there. Yeah, Cappies, there's a major clearing component happening here. A washing away of your narrative about yourself, your narrative about people around you. And in doing so, your perspective of self and the path that you're walking, and your perspective of people around you is also changing. It feels very empowering to me, actually. It feels very, very empowering. I just keep getting vantage point, very much like a bird, right? Like vantage point. Some of you guys could work very closely with birds. You could feel a resonance there. Even with like avians, y'all know my story, but anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Allow for change. Allow for change and allow yourself to see truth. Allow yourself to unattach. Unattach from expectations, unattach from what people have been to you and what you've been to them, and even like your relationship with self. A lot about like relationships and vantage points, and letting things open up and be clearer for you. With the overall being Spirit Keeper of the North, that's very much a clearing energy. That is night, that is winter, that is death. That is the gift of death, but it's also the gift of recovery, and then eventually you'll go into birth. But Spirit Keeper of the South, this is being in abundance. This is being in the sun. It's a very fertile energy, but preceding smudging ceremony. So you see what I'm saying here? It's like, to be in that south energy, to be in that space of abundance and in the light, I feel like this is about really getting to that things falling into place in the right way, right? With whatever it is you're trying to build or trying to cultivate, or that you've been slowly putting the bricks on. You need to do a massive clearing here with smudging ceremony and Spirit Keeper of the North. A lot of you, this is shadow work. That's how I'm feeling it. A lot of you, this is shadow work to let the light shine through. We only find the light in the darkness, right? We only find the light through the darkness. You're being asked to go deep, Cappies. You're being asked to go very deep. And I'm also getting the word reflection with Spirit of Water. Some of you could have some relationships in your life right now that have been mirroring stuff back to you, and it's like you could have been very hesitant to actually look at that reflection, but you're being asked to look at it so that you can change the story, so that you can change the narrative, so you can expand. I feel like some of you may be surprised by this, especially with the needing to go deep and potential shadow work. I can feel that surprise a little bit, but it's here. It's on the board. Can't lie. All right, let's go ahead and pull some animal cards, some spirit animal cards. You're setting the stage here, Cappy, and I feel like a lot of the stage has already been set, but it's almost like the train has been boarded, but it hasn't left the station yet. You know what I mean? Like, things have been put in place. The final setup hasn't happened yet, as far as whatever this is that you've been slowly trying to build up, slowly trying to bring together. Come here. So maybe this could just be in the context of a relationship. You know, it doesn't have to be super grand. But I do feel like it's very big for your personal growth, and it's very big for whatever this like vision you have is of whatever it is that you're building and cultivating. Oh my, there it is. Octopus and beaver. Beaver is that work of consistent effort, like consistent effort. I'm going to build the house brick by brick, day by day, and then eventually I'll have a house, right? The baby steps. You got octopus lurking on it, latching onto it. You could even say mooching off of it if you want to, but octopus is devil energy. It can also be, it's about attachments. It's about attachments in all kinds of forms. There is something or someone that you're attached to or is attached to you in whatever it is this is that you've been trying to invest your energy into. And I do feel like it's holding you back. Some of you, this is a thought form that you're very much attached to about yourself, about how it should go. Yeah, about how it should go or how things should be or the amount of energy and effort you should be putting into it. That attachment to that idea, those ideas, those expectations is keeping you restricted. And it's time to see the octopus, but this is also shadow work, right? If it's about like your own projection of thought, but that is what I'm getting for a lot of you. Some of you, it can be a person. If it's a person, I feel like it's probably tied to like a work setting kind of. Just with beaver is very much like a work energy. Doesn't have to be like rigid in that way, like restricted in that way to that like label. But yeah, if it's a relationship, I feel like if it's a relationship, the way that this person is attached to you is directly correlated to the work you do or like the effort you're putting into whatever this thing is. Like they're involved in some way in whatever this thing is that you're trying to put your energy into. Okay. And it's time to see that. Any other messages or insights? Yeah, I've got a lot of cards today. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. So we have 3 cards that came out here. Butterfly, hummingbird, and peacock. So just to paraphrase, with beaver and octopus, that came with Vision Quest, right? The deep look within, taking the huge vantage point so that the beaver can see the octopus, can see who the octopus is, what the octopus is, and do the work that's necessary there. This is coming out with Storyteller. I love this because it's like, I feel I can see the transition here from peacock to butterfly. Like peacock is a little bit of like a little bit of a showy energy and also a little bit of like masking, right? Like like I am here, but like distraction, so you can't really see the real me kind of a thing, is kind of what I'm getting. And then hummingbird is a burst of like positive energy, but it almost feels like bird to bird a little bit, like bird taking flight. And then we have butterfly. Butterfly is like, butterfly is grace, it's beauty, it's rebirth, it's renewal. It's even lighter than the hummingbird, which is even lighter than the peacock. You understand what I'm saying? It's like allowing yourself to blossom and bloom and come out of your shell, come from behind the mask a little bit, is how I'm feeling here. It feels like just an evolution into like being lighter is how it feels, but it also feels like allowing yourself to be in more of a flow energy versus like maybe a self-contained energy, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, moving on. Let's get to itchy. So itchy. Sorry. Let's look at the spirit of water. Talk about spirit of water for Capricorn. Oh, nothing? It didn't want to give me anything. Not used to that happening. Really? Nothing? Hold on. Spirit of water. Can I get a card? Thank you. It's like, why? Oh. Reflections. More shadow. Hyena and raccoon, both of these are masking energies. Different ways though. Like hyena is more of like that Seven of Swords, like he kind of a card, like the dark side of the moon, the light side of the moon, like I'm gonna laugh so you don't like see what I'm really up to kind of a card. Very much Seven of Swords. Raccoon is a little more sad. Raccoon is like, I don't want to be out, I don't want to be exposed because I'm like, I don't feel good. Sometimes both of these can speak of trickster energy though too. I don't like the way these feel. Again, I feel like this is part of the cleansing and the clearing of what you're writing out of your story. These could be aspects of self. These can even represent people in your life. So take it as it resonates, okay? But definitely this is like, these are energies that carry masking, illusion, not authentic energies, like time to clear again within the self as aspects of self, or people within your life that are around you who embody these energies. And don't forget, you do have beaver with octopus with vision quest. I keep feeling shadow work, Capricorn. I keep feeling shadow work is very much needed for this shedding, this clearing, this washing away. Yeah, so you can be this. So you can be out, you can be exposed, you can express, you can be seen. So that you're not hiding behind your story or the narrative you've written for yourself, or maybe even the story that other people have written for you, projected onto you, right? All right, let's see if any other ones want to come out. And then I'm going to move on to part 2. Anything else for Capricorn? They keep bringing me back to reflection. Hold on. They keep bringing me back to reflection. Capricorns, have you embraced your own shadow? My head just got really itchy as I was talking about that. Do you even know your shadow? Are you acquainted with your shadow? Have you avoided your shadow? And if so, why? If any of you have been avoiding your shadow, it's time to bring it into the fold, because we're all things. We're all one. We're all things, including the polarity of dark and light, right? As I say that, is it, as I say that, Capricorn. Elephant and Phoenix. Whoo! A rebirth, a Kundalini rising, Phoenix rising moment. This is the root chakra. Elephant is about breaking through barriers, breaking through restrictions. And clearly, Capricorn, this is what this is for you. To do this, to do this dive in the self and have that vantage point, the big picture of yourself, thought forms that may restrict you, that you may be attached to, narrative stories you may be attached to about yourself or people around you, and even taking stock of people around you, and are they like this in the octopus, or do they encourage you to do this, right? Do they hold space for that? So claim it all, Capricorn. Claim it all. If you guys have never seen Beautiful Creatures, watch that movie. Claim it all. Claim it all. And then overall, we have tarantula. This is a discomfort sort of energy. Sorry. It's making me crazy. Ugh. This is a discomforting energy. This is like Two of Wands energy. This is being stuck between two options for the most part. And it's like feeling that tension of what do I do and where do I go and what's going on. And then we have Gazelle. We have a Two of Wands, Three of Wands. This is my Two of Wands. This is my Three of Wands. Gazelle is an observant energy of like, I'm just going to like see this and try to gauge this. Do I take action? Do I wait for something to come to me? So Three of Wands, Two of Wands. There's an Ace of Wands energy here for anybody who does tarot speak, basically. You want to expand. You want things to fall into place. You clearly, with the beaver, have been putting in effort, okay? You clearly have been. But there's been stuff around you or people around you. And the stuff could even, again, just be your own narrative about yourself, your own story about yourself. So take it as it resonates because it could apply both ways, right? And it's time to clean house because I can see the anxiety in these cards with you of feeling and knowing like things are falling into place, right? Like the stage has been set, but it's not fully ready. The train has been boarded, but it hasn't left the station yet. Underneath that, we have oyster. This is it almost feels like sequestering yourself a little bit, like keeping yourself in a specific position, kind of like not moving and like not really going there. It's like this to me, I feel like is kind of paralyzing in a way. Underneath that, we've got fire ant, tension, Five of Wands, maybe even being at conflict with yourself or maybe trying to avoid some of these like external energies that are kind of like meh, right? Sorry, itchy. Anyway, yeah, Capricorns, no matter what's going on in your life right now, as far as like everyday stuff and whatever it is you're trying to build up for yourself, whether it's like a family, a project, or your life, things are falling into place, but this is a very necessary step for you. This shadow work, confronting the masks, confronting attachments, confronting codependency, right? With the octopus and the beaver being there. And it's time to clean house. So you could sit in that spirit keeper of the south energy. So you could sit in that abundant energy, that fertile energy. And so you can bloom in whatever the story really is, the story really is supposed to be, right? Don't let other people write your story. Don't let other people write your story. Don't let other people tell you who you are, what you're supposed to do, you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? Like be your own guru, be your own wisdom keeper, because you are, right? Right. Okay. Capricorns, I'm going to go ahead and move into part 2, but if this is where we depart, then I hope this was helpful. Sorry, words were delayed there. But I love you guys. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you guys very soon, okay? Bye, Cappies.